Hoplo Catfish. These smaller South American catfish are really good fun. They've got loads of personality, loads of character. They're really interesting to keep. So let's have a wee closer look at them and get some details about them then, eh? These wee guys are really adaptable. They can tolerate temperatures between 65 to 82 and pH between 6 and 8, although of course consistency is key. They should get to about 6 inches in the home aquarium and live anywhere between 2 and 6 years. To ensure they live long healthy lives, obviously fresh clean water is really important to them, as well as a suitable environment in terms of a tank. Now they do get to 6 inches like I said, so they need a big enough tank, but length is more important than height. They do spend most of their time combing the bottom of the tank, searching out tasty treats. They are expert scavengers. They do go up to the surface every now and then for a gulp of air though, because they can breathe from the surface. But they do prefer lower light levels, so floating plants and plants that cover the surface will help them feel comfortable and will also help them out when they're breeding. They build nests at the surface, and they do that by collecting plant matter and adding bubbles to it, like a bubble nest from a batter. In fact, there's another guy, Moskari 1, that's got some awesome footage of this, so I'll put his link in the description below to that video. But basically they make wee bubble nests that looks like a beaver's dam. It's quite impressive. They actually cut the plants with their sharp pectoral fins and then carry them to where they want them. It's really interesting to watch, so check out that video when you can. The female deposits her sticky eggs in the nest and the male fertilises them. Look at this one playing dead here, look. We jokers, so they are. They form strong pair bonds, but you do need to remove the female once you have eggs, because a male may injure or kill her in his overzealous attitude to defending his babies. The eggs will hatch in about 3 days, at which time you need to remove the male as well, because he may eat them otherwise, and a further 2 days after that they should be free swimming. You can generally tell between the sexes because the front pectoral fin on the male tends to be thicker and can be red or orange, and also the mature females are more fuller bodied. Feeding wise, they're catfish, they'll eat anything really, and they're always hungry. They're expert scavengers, so they're constantly back and forth at the bottom of the tank, using those big long whiskers to sense food. That's quite a good thing because it's constantly throwing stuff up into the water that can get picked up by your filter. One of the things you need to watch is that your other fish get food though, because they are very boisterous eaters. So it might make sense to drop food in different parts of the tank to make sure everybody's getting some. Obviously sinking pellets is a good delivery system for them. But it'll take anything you normally feed your fish. Flake, dried, frozen, live, whatever. Speaking of live, they will eat smaller fish if it fits in their mouth. So when you're thinking about tank mates, that needs to be a consideration. Otherwise you can keep them with pretty much anything. They are armoured like plecos, so they can stand up for themselves a wee bit. And they're actually one of the fish that you can keep with many American cichlids. You can hold their own with them. Anything that's not going to fit in their mouth really, and anything that can compete for food with them. Like I said, they are fast eaters and they are boisterous. So whatever you keep with them needs to get enough food for themselves. They are diggers as well. Especially if they sense there's food nearby, they will dig through the substrate. So you need to make sure that your plants are well rooted and that it's a nice soft sand substrate for them so that they can dig about in it and not injure themselves. They will appreciate a nice planted tank, especially like I said for creating those bubble nests that they build. But also just for comfort and natural environment reasons. The floating plants will shield some of that overhead light which they're not too keen on. And they'll also appreciate wood and rocks in the tank. They'll appreciate caves. But that doesn't mean they're going to spend most of their time in them. You will see them out and about plenty. Even when they're resting, I've noticed they tend to lounge about in groups like a pride of lions after a feed. They are mostly nocturnal, but you'll see them plenty during the day. Otherwise, personality traits are they make noises. They can make noises from time to time, and they're quite easygoing. You can see they frequently school with my Cory. Well, not school with my Corys, but hang out with them. They're jokers. They play dead from time to time. You'll come in and be convinced one's passed. Right up to the point you stick something in to grab it, and then it'll suddenly come to life. They prefer high O2 and a decent amount of flow, so keep them how I'm suggesting here, and you'll have great fun with these interesting wee fish.